Hello, guys, and welcome to the finals of the Colosseum of Contenders presented to you by Crowd Control Esports. Yes, we're here after nearly 3 weeks of gruesome tournaments and battles. We are here with the finals between Team Tyrant, who are on the left side for game one, and Team Ice, who are on the right side of game one. Joined with me today is my lovely co-caster and admin of the Wild Rift community, Naga Krauser, aka Kuma. Kuma, talk with me through this game, man. On one side, we have this team of like challengers and grandmasters. On the other side, we have this team of diamonds and emeralds, man. What do you think is going to happen? Because it looks like, one team might be at a bit favored to win this game.
I mean, honestly speaking, for me, Team Tyrant looks way more stronger. Like, if you have followed the older matches, like, they have been so dominant for the past few matches. But then, Team Ice Cube is here for a reason, right? So, I'm pretty sure both of the teams are going to give the respect that they deserve. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a really epic finale.
Yeah, and you can see already first pick Lee Sin from these guys. So the bans are obviously in front of your screens as well. You guys can see that. And the Lee Sin first pick is actually going to be pretty interesting. It's countered by, not countered, rather a Wukong pickup on the other side as well. So I actually like Team Ice's composition here. They have more engage tools here, whereas on the side of Tyrant, it's really those 1v1, 2v2 skirmishes. Camille into Darius has been taken. Now Darius Camille is like a decent matchup against the Darius. It's a bit of skill based, but once you get two items, Camille just starts out damaging the Darius, right? So the later this game goes, Kuma, the Camille will start her split push menace, and you have Ziggs, this powerhouse of a mage, this control mage in the mid lane. And what are your thoughts on the composition of Team Tyrant? Like, they definitely have some sort of a split push going on with Camille as well as skirmish potential, and they have good wave clear and mid and bot, right? So they're basically saying Camille can just keep split pushing, Ziggs and Ezreal can keep wave clearing with their ultimates or their abilities, and they have Lee Sin in the early game to carry them through this split. So I like that combo. What do you think of the red side combo? We have Yasuo, Darius, and Wukong and Lulu.
We have a Wukong, Lulu, Darius, and a Yasuo wombo combo, right? So Wukong will just go in, and Lulu's just gonna come in. And after that, you know what's gonna happen. Like Yasuo with the wombo combo, I guess they're looking for that. But then, do you think they will be able to keep up with the pace of, well, Camille will be split pushing? Do you think they'll be able to keep up with the pace? What do you think?
I think it really depends on how Patricia and Yoshi, these guys, right, throughout the tournament so far have been excellent in terms of how they want to rotate around the map as well as just create a lot of place for themselves. So I think it's really going to be up to Demons and High to match these solo laners, and if they're able to somehow do that, in team fights, I definitely see an advantage going over to Ice because of the fact they have Wukong, they have Corki package, they have Lulu ultimate, and Team Ice is built to properly team fight, whereas Tyrant are here to skirmish and then just take off picks from the champions that they have. So execution really matters, and this is where we separate the good from the great, right, Kuma? These challenger grandmaster players, they know their jam, they know how to utilize these champions to their fullest potential, and this is what we hope fully get to see in the finals, as game one is just about to get started. And do you see any sort of invades happening considering they have a Braum, Kuma, or do you think people is going to be like chill and not do anything?
Like, this is the first game of that series, so I feel like they're gonna start it off slow, but you never know. This is the grand final. We might even see some, before 5 minutes where the 5-man gank happening or like some team fights breaking on. But for now, Yoshi's just gonna ward off, and he's just.
Yeah, so slightly aggressive ward right there from the Braum, but Wukong smartly enough started sweeper, removes that out, so they wouldn't really have vision of where Ice are starting, whereas Tyrant, they are also going to start on their red side. So Standard starts coming in right here, but you do see that Wukong has opted to start for his Raptor camp instead of red, just trying to get to this a little bit faster through his third ability. I think, yes, he started with his third ability. This does mean Lulu gets a little bit later to lane, Kuma, but in the larger scheme of things, I don't think it matters that much. Yes, he loses a couple of years.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much. And then, most probably, like, Corki is going to be ahead in level, as you can see, right? But let's see how they can capitalize with that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, what happens here is like Lulu is a little behind in EXP. That means Corki and Lulu are going to play passive throughout this early game, which means that Lee Sin has priority over the bottom lane scuttle if he chooses to. I like the ward there on the blue side just to make sure that no invades happen. Yoshi is just going to farm up towards top side, but top side is where you can see that Darius having a bit of a push advantage. But look at this, man. Patricia is so on point with the W's right here. Very good poke right here. An early game already going in the favor of this Camille, and Darius has to back off, has to go for his honey fruits and play a little bit passively right here.
And if you look at the bot lane, like, just look at the bot lane, like they're trying their best. Like I feel like in the early stages, like Lulu and Corki, I don't think they have enough damage to even outpop them or like
Yeah, but Kuma, look who's coming. A big monkey boy is here for a gank at level 3. He should be. Yeah, he can't really do much right here. Yeah, but look at Lulu losing a bit of HP right here. And yeah, I guess Wukong did try for an early game gank, but the scuttles will be split and a fairly passive gameplay coming out from both the teams. I would like to say, generally you see this a lot, right? When you play solo queue, you get kills galore, but whenever you play competitive, it's a lot lesser. But meanwhile, man, Patricia is just making quick work of Darius, right? And you could see the first invite coming out. Camille goes in for the gang. Lance is done. Lance the Q as well as the Lee Sin. That's a clean first blood if I have ever seen one, Kuma. Super well played there from the Tyrant jungle and top duo.
And if you have noticed, like Lee Sin in the start of the game, he placed his ward, then he went back to base and he got his red trinket so that he can make the gank viable and make it work. And you know, this is like some of those few changes, like few gameplays. Oh wait, they're in the boost, they're gonna look for another gank.
Yeah, they are looking for another gank. The Camille ultimate is ready. Poor Darius gets scammed. Reminds me of what we do sometimes when we are in TGT. When when the balance is down, you keep him down, and this is so difficult to come back from, right, Kuma? You die once, you come back to lane, you die again, and you lose so much EXP right here. That's going to hurt as a Darius, doesn't it? Because it's not looking good for them. Meanwhile, in the bottom side, the Wukong dies as well. They looked for a dive with the ultimate, but it did not work out, and they were somehow able to get a 2v3 outplay. Tyrant are on a roll right now, Kuma. They are getting kills left, right, and center.
Yeah, I mean, like Wukong had to do something in order to, you know, reply back to what Lee Sin did in the top lane. So he makes like that's an obvious choice for a jungler. Like, okay, my top lane is dying, both the junglers are there, jungler and top lane are there, so I need to make a quick rotation to the bot lane. He did, but to no avail, they couldn't come out on top. As we all know, early game Corki and Lulu doesn't have that much level of damage. Like, even though Wukong was level 5, like as you saw, right, there was no damage output coming out from them despite using all the utility that they have.
Yeah, and you look at the scorecard right here. It's a 1200,000 gold lead on the Camille already. And the Camille is not even the one with the kills. The kills is the one with Lee Sin, right? That's a 2000 gold lead just from the jungle Baron lane. And now the bot lane also has a gold lead. It's a 3000 gold lead even before the dragon spawns. And you know, you would think that, hey, you know, ISIS composition is more like we want a team fight. We want the Wukong Yasuo combination with Darius Lulu as well and Corki with the package. But Tyrant is like, you know what, before we even get to the first dragon fight, we are going to stretch you very, very thin. And that's exactly what they've done. But now is maybe a small chance of redemption, Kuma, because dragon fights with 5v5s, you would hope that Team ISIS composition have what it takes to maybe, you know, get a few kills for themselves. And the Corki package is ready, mind you.
Okay, so as you can see, okay, my voice got caught up.
Yeah, voice got caught. It's back. Meanwhile, the mid lane catch has been made. The Braum stuns land. The Braum ult does not land, however. The flash out there. But that does mean a Q. Oh, they get them through the Ziggs ultimate. The Azil ultimate as well. My lord, Team Ice are not allowed to play Wild Rift today, guys. Like, even before they try to, Corki package ends up being used. Lulu ult on the Wukong as well. They're trying to get some damage out. But the target selection is just so poor. They're trying to hit every random person out there instead of one specific person. Meanwhile, on the other side, Team Tyrant is like pure laser sharp focus. One at a time. And they keep killing. It's a 7-0, Kuma. The top lane tower gets taken on by Camille. This is an utter and absolute storm coming out from Team Tyrant in game 1.
This is what we talked about. Like, if they can't answer to their norm, or if they can't answer to all of this, like, well, we were expecting a 5-man.
Oh my god.
You know, if
Did you see
to
that?
come out,
Yep.
but they didn't. And at the end of the day, they come up with the dragon, with the kills, and with the first tower as well. So things are looking really, really bad for Ice Cube right now. But I believe in them. Like, you know, they have the potential for a 5-man team fight if they're executed properly. And if you notice, despite Braum wasting his ulti, like Team Tyrant was able to come out on top.
Yeah, it's just a little level of execution. And I notice how Team Tyrant plays. When they look for a target, they have specific targets to focus on. Whereas when Team Ice Cube were playing, they were like, oh, focus this guy, focus that guy. They weren't that clear on their target selection. And you can see already the rotation is coming out from Team Tyrant because they want to get to the Herald. This is going to be a complete snowball. What I do feel bad about was the Ziggs almost died, but he did a very nice dodge of the Yasuo Q to prevent him from dying. And this could potentially be a very almost a perfect game, mind you, because this combination of the Lee Sin and the Braum are making quick work of this composition of Ice. And honestly, I have to give credit to everyone, including Patricia, for just utterly dominating this Darius versus Camille matchup. It should not have been this one-sided, but because it was, it literally just ended any hope and chance that Team Ice Cube had for team fights. And They have their ultimates in combination. It's just not happening. You can see already the jump is on the Wukong. The Wukong does go in and out. Finally, the Wukong Yasuo combination lands, but it's a bit too late when you're 7k behind. Right, Camille as well comes in with the teleport. The Ziggs ult does not land, flashes out, but here comes Camille, gets the kill of themselves. That's going to be another 3 for 0 right here. The teleport. Teleport coming in clutch right here for the Camille. Darius was just not even there. And now Camille is a bit in trouble right now, but never mind. She's like, you know what, I'm going to 2v1 because I'm that big of a Chad. But Patricia could be the first dead on the side of Team Tyrant. But on the other side, Tyrant's like, you know what, we don't give two shits about this. Let's just use the Team Herald in the mid lane. And they just keep getting objective after objective. That's a 10,000 goal lead, Kuma, at 7 minutes in the game. And one death to speak of on the side of Ice Cube. It's not looking good for them.
Are looking really dark for Ice Cube right now. Like in the last team fight, like we were waiting for the perfect execution. Like they were able to do it. Team Tyrant are facing them to use their ultimate on one specific person. It's not like, you know, if like Ice Cube doesn't have the space, they don't have that vision to go and initiate. Like Wukong was caught up in the Baron. I mean, he was caught in the scuttle, in the rip. And with to no avail, he was forced to use his ultimate. With falling up with that, Yasuo was like, hey, there's a guy who's knocked up. Let's just go for the wombo combo. But to no avail, able to come out on top. And also, as you can see, like because Camille is so ahead, Camille was able to teleport back. Whereas Darius, we see him, he was where we were like, where the hell is Darius? But he was in base right there.
Yeah, he just got to teleport now to match up, but it's a bit too late when they lost everything. You can see already Lee Sin is just on a rampage, right? He gets the kill onto the Yasuo as well. And Ice Cube are just, you know, becoming melted water at this point, because what can they do when this tyranny in this form of rage is being sent over by this blue team who just do not want to stop being aggressive? I like that gameplay coming out, but you know, game 2 is going to be something for them to think of, because game 1 looks like a BO5 dump shot. Another team fight happening. Blomal does disengage a bit right here. Ezreal does away, but this time Darius is like, you know what, I want kills, enough of this blasphemy. I want to get some kills, but here comes coming from behind. No, the Lee Sin from behind. Rather gets a nice kill, unstoppable. Ezreal also hits them. That's going to be a double kill. The Smite triple kill BM coming out from Yoshi. That's going to be a near ace. Actually, it is an ace because the Yasuo already died a while back, and that's going to be mid inner tower going down as well. And my lord, this is just an absolute stomp right here coming out. Team 10 Tyrant showing that tyranny right here. Yoshi, Patricia almost dying for the second time, but nah, decides not to. If I was the red team right here, I'd probably do an FF and, you know, keep your mental preserve for the next game, because this is not going to be working out for them. They need to go back to the drawing board and pick something more early game, don't you feel? Because now they've seen how strong Team Tyrant are in the early game, right, Kuma? They need to respond with picks that can match them in the early game. If you go for something like a scaling Corki Lulu, I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna work out for them.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so hard to answer to what Team Tyrant is, you know. They're pushing away and Yasuo.
Yeah, gets caught out again. The Zigzag does tons of damage, more than what a Trinity Force could ever do, and that's just a 3 for 0. Bro, the Baron hasn't even spawned. Like, you know, they have taken inhibitor. It's an 18k goal lead. This is like, we get stomped not as badly when we play SCA team right here. It's just a lot of big difference. And look at this, Camille with the ult. The Ezreal ult follows up as well. They are going to die, but not before they get everyone back in return. The GA does pop up from the Lee Sin, but because that time is so small, Kuma, I don't even think they can look to end. Maybe they can. They're trying for it.
And like the
oh my god, they should back off right there. They're a little bit too greedy right there. This could be potentially a small chance of solace. You could say comeback, Kuma, but I would just say, you know, not a chance in hell. It's just a small little few kills that they get before the game truly ends. You can see already Ezreal is just putting so much damage. He wants that kill barrier being used. That is trying to Q too late. Unstoppable, the Ezreal. And yeah, Mountain's still up right here. Baron's still up. Inner turrets are down.
I'm pretty sure like Team Tyrant wanted to go for a 10-minute win. Like they wanted to break the records, like, hey, you know, to show how dominant they are. Like they've been showing that since out of the first round, and they want to show it in the final. Like why they're in the final? They're in the finals for a reason, to show how dominant they are. So maybe they were like, yo, let's just finish it up in 10 minutes. I think we can do it. But then
yeah, you know, they wanted that 10-minute VM, didn't they? Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. They probably have to settle for a 12-minute game. Baron could be a call, but at this point, you know what? Like, these guys can do whatever the hell they want to. They're gonna win anyways in this game because of how big ahead they are. Look at this already. Camille just soloed the Elder, the Mountain Dragon, and now they're doing Baron. The only small hope you have right here is for the Wukong to possibly attempt to steal. The Wukong's on the blue side of the map, Kuma, and he's dying to Camille solo. So I
No,
don't
like
think there's any chance at all.
there was a little bit of assistance from Zing, but did it really matter though? Like, come here,
Yeah,
look at your item, like, cool.
yeah.
And
Team
if you look
Tyrant
at
are like, just completely stomping the hell, right? And Ice Cube are like Linkin Park right now. In the end, it doesn't even matter. We're gonna lose anyways, so might as well. So they're backing off right now. The potential roam is on the top side. Now, one thing they can do is, there is a
that was beautiful combo, but then like with no
yeah, Ziggs
idea.
stashes out right here, and yeah, 3 ults wasted. He did not land his Q, my lord. That could have been a potential kill. A nice
Oh,
Seaman Neeson ultimate, followed by Ezreal damage as well. Corki with his E, not a package, he will die. Ezreal ult snipes the hell out of the Corki, gets the kill onto that person, and that's going to be the top inhibitor going down. And this, like I said, 12-minute potential game if they can look to end right here. Let's see, the Corki is dead, could not use his
yeah,
package.
this is
3
gonna be
inhibitors.
GG.
Yeah, this is GG right here. And game 1 of this best of 5 series goes over to Team Tyrant Gaming, who absolutely showed a awesome performance. And Ice Cube, man, like I'd have to go back to the drawing board here. Like, what do they do from this loss? Like, it was a storm.
Yeah, I mean, like we knew what Team Ice Cube they wanted to do. You know, they wanted to go stretch it out to the late game. And all of their champions are late game. But then, as we were talking about the main guy Tyrant Patricia, right? Like, I'll give it to Patricia and Yoshi, like their team coordination, like how they were able to, like, just one game, like that specific one game in the top lane, like that. After that, the game just started to snowball for them.
Yeah, I think like super credit, and we spoke about this before the game started, right? Patricia and Yoshi, right? Their synergies in general are very, very strong, and this showed it by completely nullifying the Darius pick. They were able to get the split push advantage going, which led to dragon advantage, teleport advantage, and then you just snowballed the game. If you guys want to watch some clean wild rift, guys, this is a great example of how you can be aggressive and how you can end the game as soon as you can. But yeah, game 2 will be starting in just a few minutes, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Do not go anywhere. Let's see if Ice Cube can come back in game 2, or will Team Tyrant Gaming look for the 2-0 and potentially a 3-0 sweep. We'll be back with this game 2 very, very shortly. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the finals of the Colosseum of Contenders brought to you by Cloud Control Esports. We are in game 2 of the match between Team Ice Cube, who are on the blue side this game, versus Team Tyrant Gaming, who are on the red side for this game. Join with me is my co-caster Kuma. And Kuma, man, after the stomp that we saw in game 1, do you have any hope from my boys Ice Cube that they can come back strong in this best of 5 series?
I mean, honestly speaking, like we are in for a treat. Like I said in the first match as well, they're in the for a reason, right? So I guess they did their homework. They decided what to do, what not to do with the bans and all. And as you can see, they're taking away the Braum.
Yeah, I like that. And they banned away the Camille and the Lee Sin, right? So a lot of the picks that Tyrant have played last game are not available to them. So this time they are the ones who pick out the Corki and the Alistair for themselves. And look at this. They have also taken the Yasuo, which you could potentially say is going top right here. Now Darius is a good pickup into that. I don't know what they're gonna pick in the mid lane. Yeah, he's gonna go for Darius. He has to, right? That's a good pickup for
them. He has to, like there's no other way. Okay, so they're gonna be opt. I thought they were gonna opt for a TFT. I mean TFT. Sorry, Twisted Fate.
TFT. Team fight tactics in the middle of Wild Rift. Let's go.
But yeah, as you can see, like what Team Ice wanted to do in the first round, Team Tyrant are gonna show them how it's done.
Yeah.
Like they have the Wukong, they have the Alistair. Like things are gonna.
They've taken their competition. Right? They took away the Corki, Yasuo, and Wukong from game 1 that Ice Cube was playing, and they're like, you know what, guys, it's time for us to play some team fights. Whereas on the other side, you can see more skirmish potential, right? Braum Graves, Braum MF, great combination. Braum Darius also, a lot of stacks that can be applied. 3 range champions for Braum to play around the stacks for, and I'm curious. You know what? Looking at this draft, I like it. I think Ice Cube's gonna definitely not have a complete storm that we saw in game 1. It obviously still depends on how the Darius fares off against Patricia. Because after seeing how Patricia played Camille, like I'm looking forward to seeing his Yasuo. But like, who's gonna be your player to watch on both the teams for this game?
See, honestly speaking, for me, it's gonna be Tyrant Patricia. Like before this match, I was checking him out, like, what's his most used champion, and Yasuo is among his top 3, and I'm a huge Yasuo fan, like, as well.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yasuo. I forgot for a second. You're obviously going to look at Patricia. The Yasuo king is real, so let's see how he does. And on the side of Ice Cube, those are going to be your player to watch.
On Ice Cube, is obviously going to be Sir Dumb, like on Graves, like how he's rotating, because from the first game he knows like how Team Tyrant likes to play around Yoshi, right? So let's see how they respond to that. And on like if you talk about the picks and ban, like I would have loved if they locked in the Yasuo instead of the Orianna, because like if you lock in the Yasuo and the Braum, like Miss Fortune gets a free ultimate, right? Like I like they picked Braum, like just to negate all, like Miss Fortune, even if she ulti, like Braum is there with the shield. But
yeah, you can see in this game though, Kumar does look like the Corki is AFK, so this might potentially be a remake. But look at this already, this time it's Ice Cube who's going for an invade. They actually do go for the invade. I'm not sure if this is going to be an actual remake or not, considering the Corki, the Corki is back and he is going to the bot side. So this is a great start from Ice Cube, Kumar. They just end up invading the red side of Team Tyrant and take it away for themselves. And they also get the Raptors on top of that. So a great start already from Team Ice Cube.
And as you can see, Miss Fortune is still in the middle, and they might be invading the blue side, but I don't think that's the right move right here.
Yeah, Alistair like waiting. Alistair lands a 2-man knockup right here. Ziggs for the damage as well. But look at how low the Alistair is. That's going to be a first blood right there. The delay on the Corki really hurting. Corki tries to come in as well. That's a flash shot or Sir Dumb on that Brave. Comes back in time just to land the right combo. What beautiful execution from Braum, Graves, Orianna, Miss Fortune. Finally playing like a proper team, and a huge snowball already started. There's 0 buffs the Wukong can take in this early game. He lost his red, he lost his blue, he lost his life, and now he's losing his scuttle as well. And this is not looking good for our boy Yoshi, who had a brilliant game 1.
Yeah, and then like as you can see, spotting like they have a ward over there, so they know they're pinging there, like yo, the scuttle, like Wukong will be there for the scuttle, and they're gonna go for it. They're dumb. Let's see what he does. And even there's just
Luckily he gets it though, but not before though. Darius does get a hook. That's going to be another kill, and my lord, Graves is on a rampage. 3 kills to 0. I'm not sure what happened for Tyrant Gaming. I don't know if this is a remake or if it's not, but if it isn't, my lord, we are in for a series coma because we were not expecting this level of gameplay coming out after what was a complete stomp in game 1. Team Ice are back in the game and they're looking super confident into this series so far. So I'm excited, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, the delay on Corki actually played, I would say, a huge role.
Yeah.
But then let's see, like, how they do it. Like, will they able to make a comeback, or Team Ice is just gonna take the roller coaster ride and finish the game? Let's see.
Yeah, there's a
and
16...
as you can see the difference between Yoshi and Sir Dam right now. Like, if you compare the first match and the second match right now, the goal difference because of that gank.
Well, it's massive, right? 1600 gold right there. And the top side as well. He gets the 1v1. We were watching this. We told you Darius is a good matchup into the Yasuo. If you get a level 1 advantage, you can make it happen. Demons is like, you know what? I got bashed by you and Yoshi a lot. This game, I'm going to take the charge. This game, I'm going to be the one to solo you. Gets that kill onto him. And now this is just losing lanes all throughout, right? Jungle's losing, Baron lane's losing, bot lane's losing, mid lane is just the only one that's going just about even, where Sunmos is just holding off. And now the invade on the red happens as well. Braum is here. Now there are 2 level 5s here. This could be a Yasuo ultimate followed by a Wukong ultimate, and you could potentially see a fight happening. Here comes Alistar with the flash engage as well. And right now Ice Cube might have bitten off a bit more than they can chew right here, as they lose not just 2, they lose 3 people, and the kill goes all to the Wukong. Suddenly this boy is back in the game in just a matter of a second, and this is why Team Tyrant is a challenger Grandmaster team. Even when they are behind, they have found the ways to keep coming back in the game. Meanwhile, on the top side, you can see another fight happening. Now Wukong Yasuo does not have his ultimate. The hook does not land. The dragon is up, Kuma. You could see another potential team fight happening, but without any Wukong ult, you would assume that Team Ice Cube should have this in the bag. It's a nice knock-up, followed by a Ziggs ult. My lord, the damage from Tyrant is real. The Odin ult is also good, but it's not going to be enough. They do get 1. The Braum does die on the side of Ice Cube, but look at this. Damage is being returned back. The Corki will die. That's going to be 2 deaths on the other side. Sir Dump is trying to survive as much as he can. He does barely survive. It's a 2 for 1 when all was said and done, but slowly but steadily Team Tyrant are coming back in the game.
You can see, like, just 2 minutes back. I mean, not even 2 minutes, 1 minute back. Ice Cube was leading by 4k gold lead, and now, like, back to 1k. Like, what happened for them? Like, what went wrong?
Yeah, at 1.5k, like, in just a minute, right? Those 3 kills completely shut down the goal lead. So now we're in a bit of an even state. Not an even state, I think Ice Cube's still winning.
Like, Team Tyrant is not even faced by, like, the invade happening, Wukong behind. Like, they were not even faced by that, and this is why Team Tyrant is here. Like, if it was us, we would have, been like, oh, okay, next time.
This was any...
Yeah,
This is why these are like the top tier teams, right? Even when they're behind, they don't lose a sense of composure. They don't tilt. The Wukong didn't tilt that his red got stolen, the red got taken again. The guy is just like, you know what, be patient. I also like, I don't know if you noticed this, but they actually sort of gave the kills to the Wukong so that he would easily come back into the game. And now he's like close, he's already finished his Ghost Blade. So in terms of items choice, they're the same. The Ziggs ult does that. Meanwhile, the ultimate gets stolen. Oh, it's time to get the dragon. It's a mountain to boot. And at this point, are they actually in the field? The Wukong ult is great. They get 1 more kill. They lose 1, but it's 2 deaths on the side of Tyrant. Oh, now it's 3 deaths. The comeback is real. Oh, the Braum damage is nice. Triple kill on this side. The Ziggs has enough damage. The Braum, sorry, the barrier bait there does not allow anything to happen. But when all was said and done, there's 3 kills on the side of Team Ice Cube, and it all goes to the Graves, but the Dragon goes to Tyrant Gaming, and we have a very, very close game on our hands. Come on. On the top side, Kumar, you can see another fight happening. Yasuo versus the Darius. The Yasuo. Oh, that's a nice flash Q. Beautifully played by the Darius. Gets another kill for himself. He is 3-0-1. Yasuo is suffering and how. And now he can go back with a completed Trinity Force and armor boots to boot right here. And I think this advantage in top lane is one of the saving graces on the side of Team Ice Cube, Kumar, because it's huge. And now they're able to also get the scuttle uncontested.
But then, even though Yasuo is behind in terms of, compared to the carriers, like, if it comes to a 5v5 team fight, Yasuo is going to come up no matter even how back he is. And Yasuo is monstrous. He's a farming machine, to be honest, and he has a static
Yeah,
to
but I
even.
like this call right here, right? Look at this, right? Minimizing their loss at this point. They know that they're going to lose two towers. So what Tyrant have did is, they take the simpler call. But look at the Yasuo going ham. I think a bit too ham. He should not have gone so ham. He dies for that Colosseum. But here comes the Wukong, and here also comes Alice. That's a nice engage of flank coming out right here. They should be able to get more than one kill for themselves, and they don't even lose the mid lane tower. So technically, Tyrant get a tower for tower trade, and they get a kill advantage as well when they get three on the hands for one. So 1 for 3 in favor of Tyrant. Kind of, I'll take it at any point when they're so behind in the game. So the tempo not being given away completely by Tyrant Gaming. This is what great teams do, right? They will take the trades when possible, and they will just rotate faster and better than you to make plays happen. The Yasuo went in. We were thinking, why is the Yasuo going? He's so, it's a suicide play, but that he just bought enough time for his team like Ziggs, Alistair, Wukong to come back and get 3 kills in return. And I would just definitely call that worth. And Team Tyrant Kuma, it does look like they're making a small comeback because now the goal lead is just 500 apiece. That's it.
Like as we have as you have said about Yasuo, even both of us were like, okay, Yasuo, that's 3v1. But then the reinforcement was just on time, and Orianna used to flash, and so Yasuo was forced to flash away. So that will be a long cooldown timer, and if they can make use of this, let's see what Ice Cube will do.
Yeah, but you gotta have to give scaling advantage to Tyrant, right? When you have the Corki and the Ziggs scaling up to do insane amounts of magic damage, you have the Yasuo as well, and just Alistair being the pure tank that we know him to be. Then again, you also do have the Orianna and the Graves that will scale up really well on the side of Team Tyrant. But oh my god, Ziggs almost gets caught. The packet gets used and they get a catch on Orianna. Beautifully played right there. And this is the strength of this team, that they will make catches, and catches win matches, not just in cricket but also in Wildred Boys. Because now they get themselves a kill, but not before Graves like, you know what, I'm not done. I'm the carry of this team and I'm gonna make it happen. Oh, beautiful stuff right here. He could look to get a triple for himself. Darius is on a rampage right now, and never mind what I said, because Team Ice Cube are looking to get themselves a complete ace. No matter what, they just get 3-for-0, 3-for-1 at the end of the day. They did get the Orianna, but they made sure the Graves and the Darius Kuma made sure that they would get the team fight advantage for them.
And if you have noticed, before this team fight, Darius was actually 1v1 Yasuo, and Yasuo was just left out from the team fight. And with the goal lead that Darius has on Yasuo right now, he's down to
3,000, almost 3,000. That's insane.
Even though he has
another team fight looking to happen, but it's too late. They are going to get it. Yes, they did. Look at the Grave, look at the Darius. That's the one we have to follow. Follow the Graves and Darius. They are looking to get to the 6, but a beautiful Alistair right there, followed by Yasuo knockup. But the owner art is there, but it's too late. Your carries went into a stupid Ziggs, could not kill him, and then they died because of the follow-up damage coming out right there. A poorly executed team fight coming out right there from Team ISQ makes them lose 4 people. And just when you thought of how well they were doing, the aggression was a bit too aggressive, I would say.
And that's going to be Baron for them. This is what I was saying with Yasuo. Even though he's far behind, there was a beautiful knockup from Alistair right there. Aizer on the Alistair, he's such a beast. Starting it from the game, he has been getting not 1, not 2, but 3 knockups. 3 or 4 knockups, the entire match.
Yeah,
with
that, beautiful.
Yeah, just press R, go out, dish out the damage, and they have to follow from Ziggs and Corki as well, so the AO damage is there for them. So because of that, they're able to wipe it out.
Yeah, and now Yasuo has his 2 crit items, Corki has Trinity Force and a crit item, Ziggs has his 2 items as well. They are now in the right spot to take away this game. And in terms of raw damage, right, you know how much a Ziggs ultimate hurts you, right? On the other side, you are not really tanking composition. Graves, Orianna, Misfortune are not building tanky. There is no MR on the Darius as well. He's gone Frozen Mallet, there's a lot of HP on him, and he's gone for her Thorn Mail. But Ziggs is just, happy farming. Only the Braum has built any sort of MR against his team, which I think will be very important, because Corki and Ziggs are doing most of the damage. And look at topside.
See, Yasuo has his static shape and he has Infinity, so he has 100% speed rate right now. So Yasuo is finally online, boys.
Yeah, and he does. And look at this, the MF gets completely blocked by the Yasuo stun, and he gets a kill onto the Darius meanwhile. And now this is going to be a complete stop. And just when you thought Team Ice Cube were looking finally to even the score line, this is just going to be complete and utter aggression from Team Tyrant Gaming. They might be thinking, hey, you guys had me, but in reality, call an ambulance, but not for me, because Team Tyrant Gaming is the one that just went in and made the ace or a 3-0 happen. And now they are very much in the goal lead, and Yasuo is more than back in the game.
And if you look at Corki's and Yasuo's item, and as I was talking, like let me talk about the goal difference between Darius and Yasuo. Like
It's even
yeah, it's even now.
there are
Like,
3,500 gold difference, right? 3,000 gold difference at this point, and now it's like even.
you can see, Orianna has the Zhonya's with her, and even Yasuo and Ziggs bought the Zhonya's, and they have a contender on Wukong.
Yeah, at this point, like, it doesn't matter how fed your Graves is. When a Ziggs puts a bomb on you, you die. Or you lose a lot of your HP, right? And with the Alistar, right? This is what, I mean, technically we have discussed this, right? Team Tyrant have a proper teamfight composition. And the Wukong ult here as well, followed by the Ziggs ult, followed by the Yasuo ult. Another CC competition. He has GA, doesn't care, he's gonna keep diving. He knows his team is there to follow up. Alistar, move cow, let's go. Goes to the lands and knock up. Darius has to flash out right here, but before that happens, that's gonna be a 3-0 and possibly the bot lane tower and the inhibitor going on. And Team Tyrant Gaming, you know, make quick work. The moment they get Baron Kuma, it's all over. The knockup land onto Darius, the damage is surreal. The bot inhibitor is gonna go down, and this could potentially be game because there's 10-second dead timers, and it's just an Orianna who's trying to be clear successful. She will be, but my lord, ice baby. It's just,
I mean, Ziggs. Oh, I guess he went offline, and yeah, he's gonna play with his life. But yeah, nevertheless, Team Tyrant is looking huge.
I mean, that's unfortunate though that they left. The Ziggs died. That could potentially be a free Infernal Dragon. That has some repercussions of the game, but it's a 10,000 gold lead. I think at this point doesn't really matter. Braum might be a little bit worse.
It's gonna be out, and they have no Ziggs. They have no Ziggs, but I don't think
yeah, without the Ziggs damage, potentially it's different. It doesn't matter. Alistar is just so ballsy right here. Wukong goes in to go after the Graves, but at this point, the Graves could be in trouble, has to flash away. That is looking, but a beautiful Corki package creates a line of zone that they cannot cross, and that was such a beautiful ultimate. Darius still wants a kill. Darius is going ham for it, but Darius will die for this. There is no Ziggs, mind you. Ziggs is coming, but they are winning the fight as a 4v5. No, never mind. They do lose 1 or 2 people. Ziggs is here. They get themselves a 4 for 3. And 2 people are alive, but Ziggs has his ultimate yet. He can use it. Can Ziggs make the outplay happen against 2 very squishy HP champions? Let's have a look at what he can do. The Ziggs ult is there. It does land. Oh my lord, Graves is just standing on the side. I'm not sure doing what, but the dragon gets stolen when all was said and done. And Sir Dumb just looking a bit dumbfounded himself as he stands and trying to avoid the Ziggs damage as he loses. And this was Tyrant Gaming winning or going 3-4-4 in a 4v5, right? So if they still had the 6 from the start, this would have been a different game altogether, but it's still a very close game, mind you. You know, after 15 minutes in the game, 50-60,000 goal lead, it doesn't matter. Both the champions, both the players have enough items that they can do a lot of damage. But again, it just feels like when Alistar goes in Kuma, it's just so easy to follow up with the Wukong, the Yasuo, and the Ziggs. It's like clockwork how Tyrant Gaming are team fighting right here. And for Ice Cube, it's really about avoiding that Alistar knockup, but I don't think they're able to. Like, honestly, this Alistar is playing insanely well and out of his mind. And you can see like flash again, Ziggs ult, here comes the combo again, Yasuo, Alistar, Wukong, ults. The Yasuo could potentially die right here, and my god, the Ziggs damage, did you see that? Corki is in a huge thing as well. Oh, the Darius could, oh, he does land his ultimate, he gets the kill, never mind, his passive stacks are huge, he makes it happen for himself. Ziggs has to flash him down, we can get 1 more kill, Serdam has to walk away. Ziggs versus Orianna, can Ziggs make it happen? Somewhat yes, but my god, it's another close game. It's a 4 for 3 at the end of the day, but that's a huge wave and Ziggs has to capitalize on that. But this team fight, make no mistake, was won by Team Ice Cube, Kuma.
I mean, that was just Yasuo just inting. Like, there was no need for him to flash in there. Like, you know, like, he could have done something or else, but then there was like a 4 setup coming off from Team Tyrant. I guess they knew what to do. They were like, okay, let's not give the buff to Orianna. But at the end, they ended up giving 4 for 3, which is like, I would say, not worth it. But let's see. But at the end of the day, the minion wave in the bot lane was pushing, so Orianna and Rex, they were both low health and they couldn't capitalize anything of that. So I would say this is like okay. Like, this is like a 50-50 win for both of the team, and like at least they have a room to breathe now. Like, okay, they have a clear state of mind, and they're like, okay, they're gonna set up for the Baron now.
Yeah, but honestly, like Orianna not having Rabadons is still, there's a consistent lack of damage still on the side. Unless of course the Braum can make up for it. It really depends on who Alistair targets and who they kill off first. But never said that. Having said Baron has started, Baron will get taken so quickly, right? There no chance to respond. And my god, they have to take the fight. It'll be too late. But my Darius is caught in the line of fire against 5 people. You are not an Alistair, Mr. Darius. You will die if that happens to you. And this is what I'm saying, right? Tyrant, Kuma, they are just so sure of what they want to do every second. Ice Cube are playing well and they have the potential, but they're just not as decisive as you've seen Tyrant Gaming. And this could potentially be the last play of the game. But you can see Misfortune Ultimate does not really hit a lot of people. But Ziggs will die. No, Yasuo's GA will get blown away. The ultimate on Orianna gets used on the Wukong, but Wukong will survive. The mid lane inhibitor does go down right here. With Darius gone and Super Minions pushing, and with Ziggs damage, oh my god, that was a lot. But this could potentially be the game, and for what a start that Ice Cube had this game. It was a super close game and worthy of final series, but it is going to be Team Tyrant Gaming take game 2 of this best of 5 series. Your thoughts on the game, Kumar?
Victory.
For me, honestly, I would highlight the jungler of Team Tyrant, Yoshi. Like, if you have noticed or not, like the way he positions himself, the way he changes his, he changes his champion attack, and then like the way he zones off. Like in most of the matches, as you can see, he was zoning off the Orianna so that she can't land her ulti. And many of you might have not noticed, but the way he, like just zoned out so many of Ice Cube, like they were not able to come out. They weren't able to dish out as much damage in team fight, especially like in the Dragon fight where we saw. But yeah, props to Team Ice Cube. Like, I feel like the next game, now in this game it was a close series. It's 28-30. It was back to back. Like both of the teams, they're winning team fight, they're losing team fight. But at the end of the day, they came back. So let's see what happens in the next game. Like, who was your highlight? Like,
I mean, honestly, I feel like the Alistair, I think deservedly he should have been the MVP of this game, because the dude was on point. Like Acer, we call him, like was just beautiful in the engages, and you know how easy it is, right? The Alistair runs a knockup, followed by a Yasuo knockup, followed by a Wukong knockup, followed by Corki damage on the back, and then a Ziggs ult on top. It was a great composition that I would probably want to copy and play myself if possible, because it looked really fun to play. But yeah, game 2 goes over and game 3 will be starting in just a few minutes, guys. Do not go anywhere. The delay for game 3 will be very less. You don't have to wait 10 minutes anymore. Game 3, can Tyrant Gaming make a clean sweep, or will Ice Cube can Tyrant Gaming get a 3-0, or will Ice Cube come back and do a reverse sweep, is what we have to see. And we'll be back with game 3 really shortly. Hello, guys, and welcome back. This is game 3 of the finals of the Colosseum of Contenders, brought to you by Crowd Control Esports, Team Tyrant Gaming, all in a 2-0 lead after a very, very close game versus Team Ice Cube. Joined with me is my co-caster Kuma. And Kuma, like you said, we could potentially see an Akali because Alistair is banned, Braum is banned, and you might be right because Yoshi is hovering over the Akali right now.
Oh wait, yep. Like I said, Akali was open and they're gonna take it. Akali has been banned for like 2 of the matches, but then it's open now, so they're just gonna lock it in, and we're gonna see an Ari. We're gonna be seeing an Ari pick.
Well.
So I'm thinking like Team Titan is going for some flashy plays, like they're not. Ari is going to be Akali is going to be.
Yeah, but Gragas is open too, right? You keep forgetting this, right? Gragas is being one of the most prominent picks in pro play at this point. You don't see it half the time because the stupid champ gets banned, but this time it's up and available and it gets picked by Ice Cube. But on the other side, though, I love this Rakan pick because after the 2 engage champions are banned, Rakan's the only engage support you technically have, and with the composition that they've drafted, I love me some engage writers. So really like good versatility, honestly, coming out the side of Tyrant Gaming, that they can play the Rakan, they can play a lot of different champions, and they still can play to their strengths. Because now this is not a team fight composition. This is again a skirmish based composition, right, Kuma? Because they want to take those 2v2s, 1v1s. On the other side, though, you have a Yasuo based composition with some Gragas on the side, and honestly, Gragas is a good matchup into the Akali. He can very much hold his own and even poke a little bit more in the early game. So Patricia will have his work cut out. But seeing how well Patricia plays, I won't be surprised if he can somehow manage to outplay them, because it's a huge possibility that could potentially happen.
And also, if you look at Ice Cube compositions, Sir Dump and Ice High on the Yasuo, like Vi will just ulti and Yasuo will just follow it up. And if Rakan is not there to save them, then they're just gonna get bursted down. So that's what they're going for. And the Gargus pick, like you said, we haven't seen it, but like let's see how demons play against the Akali on Patricia, because even though he was far behind, he came back on the first game. He just dominated. Like he was such a
The dude has a KDA allowed skin also, Akali skin.
yeah. I mean, it makes it up.
Intimidation factor enabled, boys. Let's see for game 3. Now, the fact that there is no engage supports banned, but Rakan is actually one of the few engage support that was picked up. I forgot that he existed for a second. But Janna honestly is great as well, right, Kuma? Because it does nullify a bit of what Akali wants to do, but it's very hard for Janna to throw away the Akali because of how fast the Akali is in her ultimate usage. It really requires prediction and not reaction at this point. But looking forward to seeing how Ice Cube play the early game, because this time, nobody disconnected from the side of Tyrant Gaming, and they go for a mid lane pickup. That's going to be flash blown over right here on the Ari right here. So good pickup already, but he does slow his start a little bit right there. Will get spotted out on the Raptor cam, but that's not bad. Blowing the flash of the Ari means that Yasuo is going to have some advantage in the early game with that pickup.
China is just hovering around the middle sector to see where Lee Sin is, because they have no sign of Lee Sin. Like where Lee Sin has started, they have no idea about it. Like, I think
they do this a lot, but Janna always loses EXP for it. I don't know if it's always worth or not, because again they're going to be playing on the back foot. But she does come back without losing a lot, so I guess it should be fine. What is this audio keep hitting? It's Akali Q. Do you hear it across the map? Like I'm watching bottle and I can hear Akali's like throwing her abilities.
me too, I muted my game because since the first game there was no.
Yeah, you can see an invade happening though. This time it's Ice Cube with the aggression right here, and the Yasuo level 2 does look to be a strong pickup. Akali, oh, the Vi could be intel. Vash to flash out's a nice dodge right here. But now it's the Yasuo who has the number of the Lee Sin right here. And after a lot of skirmishes, it ends up being a 0 for 0. But Vi's flash doesn't have a mean on the other side. Look at this level 2 to level 3. But Akali does get a pretty good trade back in return. I think the Gragas could have potentially made a play happen. But since he did not have Ignite, did not choose to do so. And you can see like some aggression I like already. Honestly, that's pretty good from game 1, right? You can see already at this time Team Ice are like, you know what, the Ice Cubes are like, we're gonna play aggressive. We can't keep playing passive because we know we lose. It's a beautiful charm the moment he does. Wow, that was well played there by the Ari right time. On the bot side, if you can see the game right here, potential movement, Janna guys are definitely having the push advantage, and a lot of wards being put to spot out the enemy jungler. They do not want to get ganked while they're looking to push right here. And the game is in an extremely even state. Kuma, for the first time in 3 games, none of the teams have a huge advantage in the early game, right? It's just even Steven at this time.
Oh, and Vi is gonna get spotted by the ward. That would have been so huge for Team Ice. Team Ice Cube, like in the ward. So it's
Yeah,
gonna.
he's level 4 though. I don't know what he was planning to accomplish with that. He's still not level 5 at this point, while the Lee Sin is actually even further behind. So maybe the junglers are also like in their attempt to skirmishes have gone a little slow on their level up pathing, and now Lee Sin can look to get to his level 5 through that. Can actually
Oh, and if you look at the mid lane, Yasuo.
a fight happening. Yasuo needs one more auto attack. He gets the auto attack. It's a beautifully played game right here. I think he did use his ult. I'm not sure if he did or he didn't, but
He did. Yasuo used his ultimate. Like he had the level advantage in Ari, so he just went full throttle. He just went in and he came out of top.
yeah, Ice Cube off to a pretty good start, and I think game 1 is looking more and more of a fluke after seeing how well Ice Cube have played in game 2 and now in game 3. It does look that these teams are more evenly matched than you would given, especially after the game 1 storm that we saw.
And as you can see, bot lane from Team Ice Cube has all from Team Ice Cube. I mean, from Team Tyrant has already retreated back to base. So I don't know when are they gonna go for Team Ice Cube because the bot lane are still hanging on, and Ezreal is gonna come out with a mana moon.
He's looking for his item, I think, at this point, but now they will look to back because it is going to be late. 16 seconds to go. Janna still hanging around here. They should look to potentially back with 12 seconds to go. This could be a dragon that Team Tyrant Gaming can look to take on spawn. Even Vi is on the top side. Even Vi is not there. So yeah, definitely late to the rotation, you could say. But then again, they should be able to make it without much issues. And Yasuo ult is looking to get back up right here. Now, it only depends to see is how fast can Akali and Gragas look to join the team. But this is what we are generally used to seeing, right? Levels 4 minutes in the game, dragon fight. This is how most of the Indian meta currently plays, where you look for a dragon-based fight, but it depends on who starts it. Right now, in terms of engage, they have Gragas, they have Vi. In terms of disengage, they have the Janna. Right, so I kind of like Team Ice Cube's composition here, and rightly enough, they are starting the dragon because they are the ones with the engage and or disengage. But it depends on how well the Rakan can look to get his ult. If you can get a 2-3 mana, it will be great. But look at this, they are looking to choosing to get Akali a lead. It's just about the steal anymore. It's only about the steal. Can Lee Sin get the steal? No, he cannot. And the Dragon is here for the team fight, and they will get the dragon. Here comes Ari as well. It's a huge, nice usage of the shield right here. They get the dragon, but they lose Rakan in the process. But on the top side, they trade a tower for that. So net, I would consider that a bit of an even trade. Oh, he's going to die. He's going to die. He's going to die. He's going to die. Oh, God, my God. That was close. But all the Dragon has to do is press R. He has to just go in and just press R. Just press R. Oh, he does not have R. Oh, he got bamboozled so hard. My Lord, Patricia making the move. Yeah, Lee Sin will come, and I think Lee Sin can't really kill him, or maybe he can. I don't know. It depends. Oh, he should be able to be fine. Now he uses his ult.
If Gargas has got the kill on Akali, that would be so huge for Team Ice.
But they get the Ezreal on the bot side. We missed this, but why use his ultimate? While we were watching top, Y gets a beautiful ultimate up and they get the Ezreal as well. Ice Cube are off to a great start. They finally figured out their secret sauce to get a lead in these games, and now they're doing really well. And in terms of scaling, when you have Janna, Kaisa, you have all the scaling in the world that you need in terms of damage right here. All you need is a front line to make sure you can survive. The wind wall from Yasuo will help leaps and bounds, and the lockdown protection from the Y will help the Akali not run anywhere. I am actually favoring Ice Cube a lot in this game, Puma, because look at them. They are the ones who are playing aggressive. They are the ones who are taking the dragons, who are taking the rift heralds. They are looking super in control of this game. Meanwhile, the mid lane will look to get taken off at this side, and Janna could be in trouble. Janna will be in trouble. The kick does land. Janna sacrifices herself to make sure the tower does not go down. That's the first kill I'll be going over to the Ezreal right here. But meanwhile, top side could potentially also look to go down. So rotation wise, Ice Cube are just looking a lot better in the first 3-4 games. And now another fight happened. Yasuo was the one being chased upon. The Yasuo will survive. The shields also helping him out. The barrier I think he used there makes him survive. And this time the Yasuo isn't feeding Kuma. That's so good for them. Ice Cube look like they're a little bit in control of this game.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they were able, Team Tyrant were able to take down the bot tower, and Team Ice Cube comes up with only one tower. There was actually a huge peak, Janna. I mean, there was no need for her to, go solo. Okay, so there's a fight breaking down in the mid lane, and Akali, my favorite. You all know Patricia.
Ah, Patricia.
Yeah, she just walks it off. She's not even. Yeah, she's not even phased by it. She just walks it off.
She had flash. Yeah, I don't need flash. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll survive this.
I mean,
Patricia like
that's
the coolest cat in the game, I would
yeah.
say.
The best part about Team Tyrant, they know, like they know their damage. They know how when to execute it. Like they know if they'll die or not. They are looking at the items, and Akali is just like, yo, I'm not gonna die, so let me just save my flash. If there
Yeah.
was a flash that came out, that would have been so huge. And oh, Lee Sin, as you can see, Lee Sin,
Yeah, could be in
I believe,
trouble. Nice Q does land. The ultimate lands as well. The Gragas Y combination beautifully played at this point. The Ari champ does not do much. The Jana heals are a plenty, and my lord, this composition from Tyrant is completely fading away into oblivion as Team Ice Cube look to get themselves another tower and 2 more kills for themselves. Building tower will get pushed by the Akali. Patricia is like, you know what, guys? I ain't team fighting you guys. I'm just gonna keep split pushing because that's all I can do at this point. And she will look to get the mid lane tower, or she's trying to. She will die, but she will get it. She could potentially die as well. We'll have to wait and see. Oh my god, she gets it. Akali, and she could get 1 more kill as well. Oh my lord, the rune head, the Y out. What's that called? But they do get Patricia, so 1 for 1. But Patricia gets a tower, so
one
this
for
is
one.
fine.
Again, that would have been so huge for Ice Cube if the Janna survived. But then knowing how Patricia, how she plays, like it came out on top for her. She took down the tower. She took down Janna as well. Like if I'm
Yeah.
going down, like if I'm
Tyrant,
going down,
Tyrant are going to get the dragon as well, though, but they have to lose this amazing fight. It's a nice knockoff. Dragon does go over to Lee Sin. Now it's all about disengage. The Yasuo, the charm from Ari was so on point. It's a 1 for 1, but the Yasuo is going crazy. They want to get more than just 1 for 1, but Tyrant will be more than happy to get that trade. And honestly, Ari's charms have been on point, I have to say. Like, it's so well timed. The moment the Y goes in, the charm lands, instantly kills her. And at this point, Tyrant are holding on. They're not outright losing or winning. The Akali ult again being used. The flash this time gets another ground to Janna. The Janna's having a very difficult time, and Patricia's having a very good time. So now she's gonna finish her Abaddon's death cap, and she will have the potential to mostly kill just about anyone on the team of Ice Cube, as the game is slowly, like, again in a bit of a stalemate, I would say. But Tyrant are now making better trades than they were in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yep, and as you all know, like Team Tyrant should look out to pick out Janna in every team fight possible, because Janna is the only kryptonite right now. Like Ari can't go in, Akali can't go in. Like, and if she just uses her ulti, like she's just gonna shamble down. And like I said, like the Vi and the Yasuo, the wombo combo from both of them, it's just a simple click, right? It's just R into R. That's about it. Like like it's getting their work done for them. Like they're just pressing R on the Lee Sin, like just Vi is going in, and Yasuo comes up with the Hazaki combo, and he just
Yeah,
goes down.
Ari could be in trouble right here. She has to use her ultimate, decide not to use it. Does decide to use it and her flash, but that's a wasted flash when all is said and done. And meanwhile, the mid lane is in trouble. Kaisa has to run away, uses ultimate for disengage, but how many can she avoid? Not enough. Does go out. Both the people getting caught off one after the other right here, and the
And as you
Herald.
can see, on the other side of the map, like Patricia is pushing. Like we thought, like Camille was, like when it came to Camille, we know that like she was gonna do, like she was gonna be on the other side of the map, pushing. But I didn't expect this from an Akali.
Yeah, we rarely see an Akali split push like that, not wanting to play team fights at all. But this time, Ice Cube, you know what, guys? We know we have killed the champion. Let's just get Baron. That's a very decisive call. The Gragas is there to zone. The Gragas lands a nice combo. The Akali does ult, but the Q does not land. But they will not have enough damage to kill the Akali. If anything, the ulti and the knockup does. Akali will die finally. The Janna is being used. The Baron does go over to Team Ice Cube, and the ensuing team fight also gets won by them because they are crazy. Double cover the Yasuo right here, and finally you can see Team Ice Cube. They have a much better chance of winning this game with the Akali split push. Yay or nay doesn't matter. As 5, Team Ice Cube are making the right calls happen for their team, and they get the Baron for themselves.
That was a good Baron call, to be honest, because the Rift was on the top side. I mean, it was on the top side of the map, and they knew, like, actually they were inside the head. They were thinking, like, yo, we have a Rift Scout on the both sides. If they don't contest to that, they're gonna lose the tower. So they just went for it. But at the end of the day, they come out with top with just by deleting everyone from the map of Team Tyrant.
And this is tells you, right, Kumar, right? It doesn't matter if you're Emerald or if you're Grandmaster, right? It depends on your synergy, your coordination, how well you play, right? these guys are all Emerald 1s and Diamond 4s. They're playing against Grandmasters and one Challenger guy, and they're still holding toe to toe, or in fact beating them in certain of these locations. So it's just about skill, team play, and mechanics at this point. And at this point, Team Ice Cube is taking another fight, but this time the disengage is real. The Janna is also there. Akali gets the Kaisa. That's a huge pickup though. And Patricia, man, the Challenger dude making his Challenger plays count right here. Having said that, they will still have to disengage. The goal lead will still go a bit in favor of Ice Cube as they look to get one more tower. But if they can only get one tower from this Baron, then you would have to wonder, is the Baron worth it? They're looking to get the Dragon as well. Infernal will be pretty good for them, but let's see what happens right here, because Kaisa dying is a huge deal, man. Kaisa is their highest source of DPS after Yasuo at this point, and for them to die right now is going to be a huge pain in the ass. And let's see what can happen. They're looking to camp, but Team Talent know that it's going to be a camp being raised. Ezreal is looking to get the he does not, and my god, beautiful catch right here. Yasuo looking to get that, but Yasuo does get a little bit caught out right here. The Gragas are those used to get disengaged. Right, Ezreal survives with his Skin of his Teeth. His flash gets used in the process. Meanwhile, the Infernal Dragon starts already being taken, and slowly but steadily, Team Ice Cube have started a 6 to 7 gold lead for themselves. They have 2 dragons on their boot, and they have a composition with the Yasuo and the Kaisa will look to scale a lot more.
I like from both the teams like how they're using the Yasuo, like even from game 2 and game 3, like they're just using Yasuo, like his damage, like his dashes to zone people out to get objectives, or waiting for reinforcement, and the way they're stalling it out with Yasuo, like that's the way how to use Yasuo, not just to go in and go low solo,
Yeah. But do you think Ice Cube have what it takes to finish this game? Because remember, they had a good goal lead in the early game 2, but somehow Tyrant found ways to win team fights. But now it does look like it's more likely that Ice Cube have the better team fight advantage here, especially with the engage. The Y pointing click followed by the Yasuo is near instantaneous death for anyone who gets ulted like that. But do you think they have what it takes to finally win a game right here? Because this could be their only great chance to do that and not get clean swept.
I mean, like, this is a really good opportunity for them because, as you all know, coming into the game, Team Tyrant, they have, like, with the team composition coming in, they had to take the lead, but they couldn't. So and Ice Cube, were able to capitalize on that, and they're able to come out on top. And if you look at the team fight potential, like, Team Ice Cube has better team fight.
The biggest goal leads on the Y was the Lee Sin right here. It's a 3,000 goal lead, and the Y does have a Triforce completed, but she will have to back for it, which I don't know if she will look to do that at this point. You can see already Team Talent are hovering around the Baron. They're looking to go after the Kaisa. Kaisa will smartly back off it. And now the Y needs a back to finish her Triforce at this point. The Yasuo has 4 items and steady. The Kaisa has a Gargoyle Stone Plate.
And Yasuo is being spotted on the map right now, so they might be out of it. But they're just going to go reset.
Did you see the Gargoyle Stone Plate on the Kaisa?
Yep.
Oh my lord. That's some new meta stuff, but I have not seen an AD carry go for that.
I mean, like, at the end, they have an Akali, they have a Lee Sin, they have all these assassins on Team Tyrant, right? So that's the only way, I think, for Kaisa to survive, because he has his Guardian Angel, he has his ultimate, and with the Gargoyle, like, there's no way they can kill him, and also they'll be, and still they have shield from the Janna.
Oh, look at that, the gank is finally happening. Oh my god, Ezreal almost died, had to run in the process. Charmed them, the Gragas will tank a lot. The Janna is being used for HPCing it. The ult does land onto one person. Will they look to get it? Yes, they will. Y will survive, even with GF being up, and Yasuo is going on a rampage as he looks to go and get the knockup. Does double kill for him right here, and Ice Cube are not done. They want revenge, they want to win this game, and they will get themselves 3 kills for 0. Beautifully played right there from each and every member of their team. The Y ult followed by the Yasuo ult, and Lee Sin is the next target. Both of them missed their respective cues. The Lee Sin ult does go down, but at what point can you not? Oh, beautiful flash engage from the Fragus right here, and this could potentially be Baron and could potentially be the beginning of the end for game 3 for Team Talent Gaming as they lose the Baron, and they will potentially look to lose the game. Beautiful play coming out right here from Team Ice Cube.
I mean, this is it, like, they have done a technical play. Like I said, when it comes to team fight, Team Tyrant won't have enough damage, because at the end of the day, to make their team composition work, they have to take advantage in the early game, which they fell to, and coming into the late game, they won't be able to delete any one of the core members, because they have the Janna, they have Gargas, and they have a Vi to protect the carry, so there's no way in hell Kaisa is gonna die now, and Yasuo is just way ahead right now with the static shield down.
Yeah, he's never died once the whole game. You have to give credit to High for playing a beautiful Yasuo. Even after he was getting focused in the mid lane tower, the dude did not die, and he's the only no, wait, never mind. Greg is also not dead. Wow, a lot of people not dying on the side of Team Ice Cube right here. But now they need to end the game because it's 18 minutes in the game. They want to get the Elder Mountain, and hopefully this could be the last fight for both the teams. But it depends a lot on execution. Akali, honestly, for all the split pushing that Patricia did, they get the why, they get the decent, beautiful catch. That's not. At this point, yeah, it's just beautiful play right there. The moment she sees a Lee Sin, no hesitation, just pulls the trigger, instantly gets it, and the Elder Mountain Dragon goes over. 3 Dragon Elder is huge. The Janna is there to make sure that the Gragas does not die, that Yasuo is going on a crazy rampage, and that's going to be a complete ace. Game 3 is going to go to Team Ice Cube. We are not going to have a 3-0 clean sweep. Team Ice Cube does not matter what rank they are. They have played an absolutely amazing game and have made this into a 2-for-1 series. We might just have a final on our hands for now.
Yep, and they have to go back to the drawing board. Team Tyrant, like they were picking out this Akali and they were picking out the Ari. Like I was kind of surprised. Like I knew Akali was going to come in, but picking in the Ari, they went for a full, like how they went for game 1, but then they were not able to take advantage of that, like how they did in game 1. So in game 3, like Ice Cube just came out on top, and they won because of that.
And Yasuo played that beautifully, like deservingly MVP. Right, this has to be a pickup that now Tyrant Gaming have to consider, because the way High played that Yasuo was out of his mind, and just in general, this is such a confidence booster for Team Ice Cube. After game 1, we were thinking, man, this game might just be a 3-0 clean sweep, but the way Ice Cube have come back in this game tells me that we have a great series on our hands, guys. Do not go anywhere. The score is 2-1 in favor of Tyrant Gaming versus Team Ice Cube, but Ice Cube have now won a game. They could potentially look to make the reverse sweep happen. What happens next, you find out in just a few minutes with game 4 that will be starting really shortly. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Game 4 of the Colosseum of Contenders, brought to you by Crowd Control Esports. The score stands at 2-1 in favor of Titan Gaming versus Ice Cubes. Ice Cubes are on the left side this game. Joined with me is my lovely co-caster Kuma. And Kuma, after Game 3 with Ice Cubes winning a game, I certainly feel we might have a series on our hands. And look at this, they are going for the Vayasu combination, the combination that won them Game 3. They seem comfortable and they seem raring to go at it, but this time it's going to be Ziggs back at it for the mid lane of Titan Gaming. So we might have a slightly different game on our hands, and Jana is also going to get picked up right here with Alistair being banned. That seems to be the only other option right here. But what do you think of the drafts coming out? And you can see a Fiora coming in.
You must be the happiest guy alive right now.
I was saying if my boy Patricia wants to split push, why not play Fiora? Because Fiora is a better split pusher. And he's so much dead. But this time with Gragas being banned and Akali being picked, Akali was his. Oh, he picked Garen. We picked Garen. He picked Garen? Does he want to?
I don't think maybe it's just for the meme.
Oh, so a couple of things right here, right? A lot of people say that Garen is a good counter to Fiora. I laugh at their faces because I don't think he is. So the fact that he's picked that, whether it's a counter or not, it depends a lot on how they play. But Fiora has just every tool to negate damage, and once she gets a Blood of the Ruin King, she will just shit on this Garen for sure and win the split push outright. Doesn't matter what amount of Thornmail or HP he gets. But I like this conversation. They have a lot of engage, and this time the disengage is also existent on the side of Titan because they have the Jana. So the Vayasu combination or whatever, Jana Z or disengage, some of it, which I think is a very good merit. But with Ziggs, right, he has to be so careful because he's going to be a sitting duck in these team fights. If the Vayasu and Garen go ham on that Ziggs, he's going to die no matter how much HP he thinks he has. So it's going to be a great match. It really depends a lot on Patricia versus Demons, which if history has to say, it's gone quite even after how well Patricia played on Camille. Darius versus Yasuo, Demons got the better of him, and last game also I would say it was pretty much even Stevens. And now it's a matchup where Patricia or aka Fiora has the advantage of the Garen, so it should be really fun. But in the bot side again, they've picked up Kaisa, who's very good at scaling. They also have the Braum, who can do a lot of shields, so it should be really fun to see how this game pans out. What are your thoughts on the compositions, Kuma?
First and foremost, Yasuo in the final pick, he's 3-0. Like both the teams have played Yasuo, and whoever has used Yasuo, they came out on top. So I'm just saying Yasuo is OP. But yeah, it's like how Team Ice Cube executed in the first half. I mean, in the last round with the combination, with the combo coming out from the Yasuo and the Vi. If they're able to do that again, and if they're able to win the bot lane, like my eyes are going to be on the bot lane because, as you all know, Corki's a scaling champion. Like she has the Jana, to protect her and all of that, but then if Kaisa and Braum comes out on top, there's no way for the bot lane to come back unless.
Oh, look at this! This is a crazy ass late invade coming on the side of Team Ice Cube. But I don't know what is this. Is this even an invade? What is this? They're just standing here. They are looking to. Oh my lord! Sneaky! But the ward will still spot them out. But it's too late at that point. But very, very sneaky. When you can look at the level 1 already, right? Fiora. Man, Kuma, my eyes are going to be on the top lane. You tell me what's happening on the rest of the map, okay? Because I'm just going to watch this Fiora.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's an invade coming out right here. But the Lee Sin is more than happy to just go on the other side and do parallel jungling, which means the Fiora has to be a little safe because she's the one at risk of getting dove. So this was like intentional from Ice Cubes, which makes sense because they did not want the Fiora to have 1v1 advantage. Look at this. Ice is like, you know what? I'm not letting you just have this red buff for free. Sadly enough, they do let him have the red buff for free. He does a flash E. That's a lot of damage, and my lord, Sir Dumb with the sort of aggression that I have not seen him play in game 1. Beautiful outplay right there. Gets the first blood onto the Lee Sin as well. And this is so well played, man. This is a highlight-worthy moment. Did you see that flash you, that conviction, that confidence in which this guy went and said, you know what, don't you dare enter my freaking jungle. That's my jungle. He gets the kill for himself, and he gets a damn scuttle to boot. Super well played right there. The Braum is still level 1 when you guess level 2 finally, and he's just roaming. He's like a roaming jungler squad, then to get the second scuttle as well, and Demons could be in trouble, but Demons have a lot of tankiness. He should be fine. Backups are about to arrive, and he actually gets a pretty good trade onto Yoshi in return. And why? Double scuttles. And Kuma, I have to say, right, like if Team Ice Cubes have to win this game, they need to get an early game advantage. And the fact that they got an early game advantage is so pivotal because this is the only way they win. If Titan get an early game advantage, you know how they are. They end in 12 minutes, right? But this is very crucial that they keep this momentum up. The first kill was great. The jungle advantage is great. They need to keep this momentum going if they want to continue to win this game.
Like I said, if you look at Team Ice, if you look at Team Ice Cube in the bot lane, they have a Kaisa and a Braum, and they know they're up against a Corki and a Janna. So even if Braum is not there, they know for a fact that Corki and Janna wouldn't have that much amount of damage to kill off Kaisa, who has a flash and who has a barrier. So like that was like really good play coming out from Ice Cube using that advantage, and people generally don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still blown over the flash Q over the Dragon Pit the Wide hit. But that level of balls you need to do that play when you don't know who's there was super cool, and it pays off for him. And this is the kind of conviction that I hope Indian junglers are watching. If you guys are watching, this is the kind of aggression, this is the kind of clinical execution we are looking for, because this is how you're able to make the plays happen, where you win purely just on the basis of just being the better micro player. And you can see already Ziggs could be in trouble, has to use a Sachara to run away right here, and summons Tunmos rather having a bit of a difficult time right here. And the top side also, you can see, oh, the ulti does land. Ziggs will have to run away. Redemption does get used by Janna. Barrier also being used by the Ziggs. It should be okay, but the blue buff gets invaded, Kuma, and this is just why, having like another jungler on his side to help him out. And the top lane disadvantage is not huge because after he gets Bramble West, right, Demons is like chilling for a bit. In this point of the game, the Fiora cannot 1v1 the Garen. She needs at least 2 items before she does that. She will always have push potential, which is good, but they're looking for a 3-man dive top, which means that they're ready to forego the Infernal Dragon for this. Now, can this work out? The question. Look at how tanky the Garen is. He does not die, Kuma. The Garen does not die, and that dive was an utter and absolute fail as a lane swap is being called by Tyrant Gaming. But this could potentially mean free Infernal Dragon for Team Ice Cube.
And that's the dragon that you don't want to give it away for free, not contesting.
Yeah, but then they should get the first tower. So it's a very active trade being made. Now, Demons is a little crazy. He should not have stayed longer than he did. But the fact that he's still a star and darn Garen, and maybe this is why they picked Garen, didn't they, Kuma? Because the guy is just too darn tanky. You can't kill him. Auto attacks, Thornbill do a lot of damage. They do not even get the tower, or they finally do. Not before Braum has to flash in, has to flash out. They get one more kill for themselves. So finally, Tyrant Gaming around the corner. They get the darn tower they wanted, but not before they lose one of their own. But the 2 kills really does help them get some advantage onto the Lee Sin, who was struggling in the early game.
I mean, Garen is tanky, but then like they knew that Garen has drawn his flash and they took really good advantage, and they're still continuing with the push. So this is going to be a second tower coming in for Team Tyrant.
Yeah, Janna being used as well, but Garen's here as well, and Garen press his big button and kill 2 people, and this could potentially mean the Kaisa could potentially take that other tower down as well, but they decide not to do that. Now they get 2 more towers in return, so when all was said and done, Ice Cube get 1 dragon and 1 tower, whereas Tyrant get 2 towers and 2 kills, but then they also lose the 2 kills. So net a very even trade. What to say, in the later game though, the infernal value will be a lot higher than the lost tower, because the lost tower can also be taken back right here. But the game is super darn close, I have to say. Advantage is going out to Lee Sin right here, but advantage is also going out to the Yasuo as well as the Vi. So it's honestly a super tight game at this point, and both these teams are playing to specific macro advantages, not looking to team fight, but more than looking to take towers. And Tyrant Gaming is just purely focused on towers at this point. They don't care about team fighting. They want to go for tower. They're playing for towers and they're getting it. And I think that's still a worthier trade, right? Because they're getting the tower, and they might potentially lose Herald for it, but it doesn't matter. If they get a tower for the Herald, it's still worth it because they already have gotten the tower. The next focus is the mid lane for them, but this time Ice Cube realized, you know what, guys, we know they want to play the tower game. Let's just go back and play 5. It's a 3-man knockup from the darn Chana right there. Man, the game is high tempo right now, I have to say. This has by far been the highest tempo game that I've seen in all the 4 games that we've played, where there has just been a game of rotation. It's not been a game of mechanical outplays, only mostly rotation. And the Yasuo, the Fiora does go in for the ult, but does get knocked back up in return. Not a great fight for the Garen is so darn tanky. The White does land an ultimate on the Janna. Janna has to ult away, not before she will die. No, the shield does protect her. My god, what is it? The Kaisa ultimate does not still get the last kill. The Janna survives, I don't know how. But wow, and all of a sudden they actually get 2 kills. Tyrant Gaming survive through the sliver of HPs. Man, how does the Janna not die right there? This is a huge Huge win for them coming out of this game.
How on earth did Ghana survive then? How on earth was Team Tyrant able to turn that team fight around? I thought like Team Ice Cube had it in their bag.
It was so crazy, man. It was so close, but Tyrant just made it happen. The Janna survived through her skills and her shields and her ults, and even a Vi Yasuo combination with the Kaisa ulting to get the last auto tag was not enough for them. The small kill advantage does go over. The mid lane tower going down is even bigger because that opens up the map even more, and that gives kills over to their Ziggs as well, who's finished his Leandries. And now it's a little bit about poke, right? Because if the Ziggs can keep landing enough poke before teamfights happen, then he can win. Now, Habs is in a bit of a crazy spot right now. The Vi is split pushing because the Vi is like, you know what, I'm too strong at this point, I can run on anybody. She has a ghost bit completed. Black Cleaver also completed on Garen, and the Heralders get used trying to nullify that trade. Meanwhile, on the bot side, though, Kaisa could be in trouble. Kaisa, if I would just back if I were you, buddy. Oh, that's a lot of damage that Kaisa has actually been able to put. Garen also here. Silence does land onto this point, and Garen will have to back up a little bit. The ult being used from Ziggs only hits the Braum and some parts to the Garen right here, but with Dragon spawning and no Ziggs ult right here, Ice Cubes might have the team fight they need to win here. The nice, beautiful landing, the combo. Can the Yasuo follow up? No, he cannot. Oh, yes, he can. Nade him. He is trying to kill the Ziggs. Can they kill the Ziggs? Yes, they can. The Janna was a bit too late. On the other side, Fiora tried to ult the Vi, not enough. 2-0 now in favor of Team Ice Cubes, and what a beautiful finale we have for ourselves, where these team fights are just neck and neck. We don't know who's winning, but the current team fight made sure that Ice Cubes get their second dragon of the game as well as 2 kills, and Fiora is a bit useless in team fights, I have to say. She has to keep playing split right here, and Garen, with how tanky he is and his ultimate, is a lot more impactful, and this just shows right here. But MVP for me has to be Sordom on that Vi. Gets that kill onto the Ziggs. The Yasuo follow-up is there. They get the heaviest damage dealer on their team, and they just do clean up from that point onwards.
We have no replay, but then how the initial fight started, like Vi, he went to the top lane, he started to speed push like with the Yaman Golfer, and then he chose the rift. So they knew that somebody had to reply to the rift, and as soon as they saw Corki on the map, they just went for it. The reinforcement came for Kaisa, and there was easy dragon for Team Ice Up. Like Sir Dumb, I don't know, in the first 2 matches, he was looking actually kind of pretty weak, like compared, like he wasn't able to respond to Yoshi. But in game 3 and 4, like, oh, if you just look at it, this is actually a really huge comeback coming from.
This is the beauty of Wild Rift, right? It's not just about one game. This is why I like Best of 5 so much, right, Kumar? Because Best of 5 is about adaptation, about how well can you learn the opponent's patterns of play, how well can you adapt, and how well can you adapt your gameplay to match and beat them. And I think the best example of that has been Sordom, right? From game 1 Storm to game 4, this guy is playing out of his mind like a beast, and this Vi is making a lot of impact for them. I think Tyrant Gaming have to stop this Vi Yasuo combination that is working out so well for them. But having said that, the game is not over. The game is still very close. It's not like, you know, they're winning or losing, because the Fiora split push has finally started. He has not completed his Blade of the Ruined King yet, which means he's still not going to be able to 1v1 the Garen that easily. But at this point, he can still put pressure, and this is where, you know, Tyrant Gaming have to realize we have to play for split. We have to keep playing for split. We have to make sure Fiora can make things happen on the side of the map. That is their only win condition at this point.
And if you look at Corki right now, he has completed the Infinity Edge with the Trinity Force, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming in from this Corki if they can literally get a free hit from everyone. Like he can go boom, boom, bam, and he's just going to delay. Okay, so
oh, look at the call being made. That's a brilliant call, because I think they're able to spot the fact that Vi is on the boss of the map. That's an insanely fast call. Now, can they do it is a question. Corki, Ziggs do not have enough DPS at this point. They will back off right there, so Ice Cube don't lose a lot at this point. But that was a very risky, that's a very crazy call. It's basically telling Ice Cube, Tyrant is like, you know what, guys, if you are in the wrong position, Ice Cube, we will do bad. And that is the call that they've said. Now they have to be very careful. They cannot send 2-3 people bot to kill the Fiora, because the moment they do that, that means Tyrant will just go for the Baron. They have to be extremely careful. At this point, though, Fiora has completed, not yet completed, she's gone for the anti-item first, which I think makes sense, because if she's playing as a Garen, it will be beneficial to get some of that. But again, like, delaying her main power spike, which is the Blade of Ruined King, the HP damage that they need. Meanwhile, Adaptive Helm also complete. This Garen is a literal tank right now. He will not die to just about anybody right here. The game is even Stevens at this point, with Dragon not spawning yet. The Cloud's up next. The mid lane tower being up is beneficial, and Corki scaling, Ziggs is also scaling. I kind of feel
Kuma, the later this game goes, the scaling advantage on the side of Tyrant will end up showing because Ziggs and Corki have an insane amount of damage that they will be able to output in these team fights. And on the side of the Ice Cubes, they're a bit squishy, right? Ice Cubes have to put the pressure on. They have to make another fight happen because the later this game goes, with Infinity Edge complete and Triforce complete on Corki, he's at his power spike already. One more rapid fire cannon and he's going to be a huge buff. And meanwhile, on the bot side, another fight is happening. Yasuo's there, but he gets put on a ward, and the moment he gets put on a ward, they start Baron. I love this from Baron Gaming. We said this already, like, the moment you're shown bot will do it, and they're just making them come to them at this point. Yeah, so like, you know what, I'm outie, boy. Garen, bro, see you later. And then he does go back, but Garen's like, I'm fine, bro. I'll just keep healing up. Even if I go 20% HP, my massive will make sure that I'll go back to 100% HP at a certain point. But they have to make catches. Catches win matches. At this point, they are taking a good macro call, though. They go get the mid lane tower, which is good. Got them off rotation. Very well done. Now, this could be potentially the cloud break going as well. So Ice Cubes are getting a smaller advantage over the map, but at what point will it be enough is the question. We really don't know how this game is going to go, guys, because it's very clear. I mean, on the mid side, you can see another fight happening. Braum will be able to soak the damage up right now.
I mean, like, he was just delaying it so that they don't have any answers for the drag. Oh, I thought the Ziggs, that was so.
I thought so too, but it's a Yasuo who gets above all the people. But hey, good for them. The Cloud Dragon does help them get some movement speed, which is good, honestly, because the Yasuo now can rotate in and out faster as well as the Vi are this team fight. So it's a bad dragon, but in this context, having it on the side of Ice Cubes is actually super beneficial. And now, we finished Death Stance. Wow.
Okay, so that's not what we're expecting. We're expecting for a Blade of the Key, you know, just
how will he 1v1 with those items with the Garen? He can't.
Or maybe like, see, if you look at the boot upgrade coming in from Team Tyrant and Team Ice Cube, like Fiora has a teleport, whereas Garen, he still has his boot. So Fiora can just easily split push, and if Fiora is needed, she will just TP back, and there is no way to cancel that. So
the only reason he would have gotten for this item is because he wants to participate in team fights, right? This is a great team fight item, right? Because Death Stance is like, when you take a lot of damage, that damage is soaked up and is dealt over time, so you can heal it up, which is good. But oh man, I don't know. I'm just looking at this bot lane to see who's winning the trades out. Okay, he's actually winning the trade. Let's see what can happen. 1v1 bot lane, Garen versus Fiora. Garen runs away and laughs at his face. Ha 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 ha. If you had a better room there, buddy, you might have been able to do something. But
this is what I like about Fiora. Like, she's not overstepping because they have no vision on the jungle. So Fiora, she might even get countered by the Vi or the Yasuo. Like,
yeah, but Kuma, the thing is, like, Fiora's supposed to win the split push. Garen's holding her so well that it's not a problem. Their win condition is no longer a win condition, but with Corki having package and 3 items completed, static shift included, my lord, I'm a little bit afraid. This is basically Ice Cubes playing on a ticking time bomb. They are, you know, basically removed out of this phase and they're going to get water fast. They need to make sure they win this game ASAP before they become that melted water, because now it's just, oh, why is it the pickup does happen? Oh, the nice knock up, the Vi does land on the ult, but it's a bit too late. The Yasuo does land. They kill the Yas, they kill the Janna at this point. Teleport also comes, but there's no teleport also on Garen. The fight is crazy at this point. Kai'Sa's remaining untouched. Kai'Sa could do a lot of damage. Not before Tyrant go on a rampage and get a kill. The Fiora's massive. The Garen gets a kill as well. It's going to be a 2 for 3 at the end of the day. Garen has to run away. There's 3 people alive on the side of Tyrant, but Garen's like, you know what? I am the final raid boss in this game. Don't you dare try to kill me. He will survive. He does lower the damage of Lee Sin enough that they cannot attempt to go for a Baron because Vi is still alive. But when all was said and done, it's a 3 for 2 in favor of Tyrant Gaming. So even though the
look at, okay, so he gets cancelled. His passive was just on for Garen, and if it was Garen, like, he could have just walked out and he could have get his health back. Like, that's the best thing about Garen, like, passive.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with how, like, GA being lost on Vi is huge. GA being lost on Kai'Sa is huge. The next time this team fight happens, they will lose more than 3 people. And this is purely because it was a very forced engage, and Janna's knock-up just before Vi could ult made sure that Vi died the moment she landed her ult, right? Which was horrible at this point. And she's going for GA next. Okay. I will not argue with challenger players. They clearly know what they're doing. But
True.
I'm not going to tell this guy how to build because he's challenger. I'm not. So good for him. But regardless, though, the 2 GAs being lost are very important because, oh no, Kai'Sa still has a GA. Never mind. It's just the Vi who lost her GA. So Vi's GA being down means the next time she goes in, she 100% dies. And that's a risk she'll have to take. This is going to be a very 20-minute sort of a game, guys. Meanwhile, on the bot side, you can see Fiora versus Garen and... Oh man.
Like, yeah, like, Garen is answering pretty well to the Fiora right now. Like, Fiora can't even split push, and Garen has the teleport as well. So if there's a team fight breaking out,
It's an Elder Mountain Drake. Now the question remains, Kuma, will they go for Baron? Will they go for Elder Mountain? Note that note that Ice Cube have 3 down dragons. If they get the Elder Mountain Dragon, they are going to cause so much pain that the damage deficit that we kept talking about will completely get nullified right in. Elder Mountain is higher priority than Baron for Team Ice Cube. They need to go all in for this. Braum has to face check. Lee's right there as well. The knockup does land. That's a bunch of couple of damage coming right here. And we are in for a Elder Dragon dance, Kuma. Let's see who can win this dance. Who has the fancier footsteps to avoid damage? Who has the fancier footsteps to make the plays happen is what we have to see. I don't recommend anyone starting it because the damage from Elder Mountain will actually hurt a lot. But why? Has to be very careful in her engages. There is Zonya, mind you, on 3 players of Titan Gaming. So if a Y does go in, the Zonya can nullify her ultimate as well. At this point, the only option is to force him to come to you. The zigzag gets used. My god, so much HP and damage. The ult is beautiful. Y is completely left out of the team fight. They need to disengage. Disengage the call right here. But engage the call from here. Y ults the Fiora. The Fiora is just too tanky this time. This is Titan Gaming finally winning the fight that he should be winning. They are able to get the GA off the Fiora, but they lose a lot. Third dumps, running away, will survive to Silver's health. The Elder Mountain does go over to Titan, denying it very importantly from Ice Cubes right here. The game is yet not over, but with 2 people dead, 30-second dead timers, I cannot imagine that the Baron would be the next call. But Garen is alive and the DPS in Kaisa is alive. Kaisa still has her 3 items complete. I think at this point, no, she has 3 items somewhat complete. But she can't go into these team fights, and Garen is trying to tank as much as he can. The damage is crazy and they have to keep stalling. But then Baron will get done. This team fight was huge right here, and the poke that landed, the lack of GA definitely hurt. But Sir Dams is not going down without a fight. This guy wants to steal. This guy looking for oh nice, he has a vision code. He can look for the steal. Can he go for the steal is the question. At this point, no, he cannot. Lee Sin gets the Baron for this team. Titan Gaming finally might get a win on their hands. Garen's GA does go down and Fiora could be in trouble on the other side as well. Kaisa's GA goes down as well. GA is going down left, right and center. Kaisa will die in the process. Fiora will kill the never mind. Fiora will survive, but Garen will die in the process as well. And Titan Gaming, after an 8 to 10 minute even Steven sort of a game, have finally taken the 2 biggest objectives on the map and they are looking to end the game. Man, what a close game we've had on our hands. But Team Ice Cube, this could be the end for them.
Like, this is it, like, and all props to Yoshi for that. Like the fight that exploded on the Elder Dragon, like the way he saw naked, all of that, and there you go.
Man, well played to Ice Cubes. Complete respect from our side for the insane fight they put up against Titan Game. But when all was said and done, the experience of this team, the last Elder Dragon fight where they completely zoned out the Y, got the Elder, got the Baron, and simply made it happen. This was this team keeping their cool even after what seemed like a very haphazard up and down game. They have taken over the series 3-1 and are the winners of the Colosseum of Contenders, brought to you by Crowd Control Esports. Titan Gaming, congratulations to them and a valiant effort to Team Ice Cube, so making them fight for it. But Kuma, man, what are your thoughts on the whole series and how we've seen both these teams play over the course of 4 games?
Like I said earlier, like this is why we love best of 5. Like they're able to know like what, you know, after they play like 1-2 games, they know the strength and the weakness of each team. And Sir Dom actually came out on top. Like he was able to counter jungle Yoshi. But you know, things started to fall off for Team Ice Cube. Like they were in charge, like they were riding the horse. But when the Elder Dragon fight came out, like I said in the second game, like Yoshi, the way he plays, the way he zones out, you know, Yasuo was not in the team fight at all. Why? Because of Yoshi, and Yasuo ended up dying, whereas Yoshi didn't even lose his Guardian Angel. So like this is a well-deserved MVP coming out for Yoshi. But at the end of the day, this was dominance in the second game as well. But coming into the third game, and even this game, like it's 7-14, it was such a close game. And if you look at the itemization coming in from both the teams, like they knew what they were up against. If you look at the Yasuo build, this is not a normal build like that you go on Yasuo, but they know. Like even the Hexbringer coming in for the Yasuo.
Beautiful game. And honestly, this is a game that shows that, you know, do not judge game 1 in a best of 5 series. Ice Cubes played out of their mind, deservingly being runners-up of this championship. Very well played to them. GG well played, honestly, to both the teams for how well They played and honestly gave us a brilliant final. Game 3 and Game 4 were some of the best League of Legends games I've seen in a competitive environment. It was super fun to watch, super fun to catch. It was neck and neck until one team came out on top of the end, right? So from us, from our side, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the final. Thank you so much for tuning in to Crowd Control Esports. If you have not subscribed to them, I would recommend doing so because they will host a lot of Wild Rift tournaments and other mobile MOBA tournaments in the future as well. And from us, from Kuma and my side, thank you so much for our for watching these
Thank
games.
you so much.
We hope you enjoyed our casting as well, and hopefully we'll be back in some other form or fashion very soon. But for today, that's it, folks. GG, well played to Team Talent for winning the Colosseum Contenders, and we will probably see you guys another time. Till then, take care and have a good day.
And stay safe, stay inside.
Quickly step in, guys. I know it's been a roller coaster ride with the finale. I think we've all enjoyed it, especially with Rishi and Kuma in the casting. We've had a great time. So big thank you to both of you all for the wonderful casting today, guys. And big congratulations to Tyrant Gaming. I must say, Ice Cubes were the Bravehearts for today, and it was an honor and a treat to watch them in action. And we actually look forward to more of this in the upcoming weeks. And just wanted to, quickly give everyone a heads up. So guys, as previously mentioned, the top 4 teams from this particular league will get direct access to the next league that we'll be hosting in the upcoming months, which will tentatively be in the month of May or June. And, apart from that, the next 4 teams who if they have not forfeited any matches, will get a chance to play relegation matches against the people that qualify in the next round of qualifiers. But apart from that, I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. We will just quickly run you through the credits and quick winners announcement. So please don't go anywhere. Just request 5 more minutes of your time so that we can run you through. Guys.